Is Solana going to continue its downtrend and test $10? Not only is it probable, it's also highly likely. And today I'm going to show you why. I'm also going to share with you my brand new NFT drop. It's happening on the 22nd of December. The mint price is so low, it's unbelievable. It's £40, and some of the value in the utility is over £10,000. And you're going to see why. So hang around for that because you're not going to want to miss it. So if you like today's video, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Let's first jump into Solana. So we are looking at Solana's daily chart, and clearly for a while we've been in a downtrend pretty much since November last year. But what I see over here is some type of correction. It looks like a potential ABC correction. What typically it follows is some type of continuation to the downside. So I'm really looking at, is this low going to get exceeded, and is there some immediate shorting opportunities? The big thing is that the daily momentum is bearish, and the daily momentum here is in a downtrend. So even though the weekly is saying that we might be towards the end of a major trend, the daily immediate is down. And we want to break that down because that can give us some important information. So let's just now go into a lower degree time frame, which is a 60-minute chart. There's some really clear patterns over here, and it's telling us the crowd psychology of what's really likely to happen next. And I want to go into a bit of detail over here. But before I do, I just want to show you a bit more about my NFT drop. We've just launched a new character. We're just finalizing the art. There's going to be a lot of value in this, The collection size is 40/40. Why? Because it's celebrating my 40th birthday. I turned 40 on the 22nd of December is where the public sale is, and it's only going to be £40 on the mint price. So it's going to be incredible value. So how it works is going to be massive utility. We've got so much brilliant content and gated just stuff, right? Stuff, really good stuff. Normally in trading, but I do a lot of mentorship and coaching and a lot of stuff in business. So now with the relevant NFTs, you're going to get access. So how it works? Oh, by the way, the tokenomics, right? So the legendary, the rarest one is the mentor, the guy in the middle. The one on the top right is my trader mindset. That's going to be epic. That's probably got the most value associated to it. And you're going to see why in just a second. And then there's business. And then there's the common, which is more around just fun, knowing me on a personal level. So when you have your wallet and your NFT in your wallet and you connect to our backend, it will ask you to connect your MetaMask wallet. And once it reads your NFT, you'll get access. So some of the cool stuff that we're going to be doing, you're going to see some of my dancing videos. I used to be in music videos. I used to do a lot of break dancing back in the day, believe it or not. And yeah, you're going to have access, full access, and we're going to be launching a lot of great content. But on the business side, the trading side, and the coaching side, there's a lot of things I want to share. And that's what the NFTs give you access to. So it's high utility with some brilliant art. We've been really working hard on the art. One of the reasons that I'm most sought after one in my private community right now is the trader NFT. Why? Well, we run a done-for-you service where we run a money manager account through a licensed and regulated broker. And there's something quite special. Normally we charge £2,000 for the year. There's one even higher than that that's not even available no more, which is like £3,000, £4,000, £5,000 a year value. But this is lifetime access. So it's 10,000 plus 10K plus value. The mint price of our NFTs on the 40/40 collection is £40. If you're lucky enough to get 2 or 3 or 4 of the trader NFT and you manage to sell one, I wouldn't be surprised in the near future if you get a 100x or a 500x, especially in peak season with some of the stuff that we're building. So if you want to stay in the loop, the launch is happening very, very soon. The easiest way, if you're not on my mailing list already, is download my book for free. Is in the description link below. You'll get added to my mailing list. And as soon as, the access list, the pre-sales and everything else, if you're in my private community, you'll get looked after. So this is going to be quite phenomenal. I'm very excited about this. Working really hard on Web 3 because we saw Web 2. So Web 1 really, which was static images or static sites. Web 2 is where we are really right now, which is read and write. We can interact, what we're doing over here. But then we're moving into Web 3, ownership without a middleman. And that's what crypto, blockchain, NFTs is all about. And we want to really embrace that technology and be ahead of the curve. So the utility that we're putting into this is a lot, but this is just the beginning. We're going to be announcing a lot more things in 2023, in Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. We got some really special things really for our early supporters. So if you've been supporting me for a while, make sure you grab one of the NFTs, or you can grab 10 and you got a higher chance of getting one of the legendary and epics. And then there's some of the other cool ones as well, and the rares. So let's now dive back into Solana. I'm going to get back into trader zone, trader mode, and we're looking at an hourly chart. The trend is your friend. Ride it until its end, until it reaches its bend. So the dashboard that I got in the bottom right hand corner, I've just changed the time frames. Now the higher degree time frame, the bigger trend, is based around the daily chart. We saw that was bearish. And then the higher degree time frame I'll put as the 4-hour chart. And we are currently on a 1-hour chart. So it actually says consider selling, because the immediate on the short term time frame, the trend is down. But from a pattern position, remember that markets tend to move in 5s and 3s. Do you see any 5s and 3s? Well, the first relatively obvious 3 is this correction. We don't know if it's complete, but it looks like a 3-wave correction to the upside. Do you see any 5s? Well, what I see is an initial move down, which is like a wave 1, sideways correction, wave 2, a very aggressive move to the downside, looks like a wave 3. This looks like a wave 4. So what should we anticipate? Well, if it moves in 5s and 3s, more often than not, you'll get a 5th wave to the downside. This low to get broken, that might be a good shorting opportunity. That's what I'm doing. We're looking to short it over here. And then we can also look at what are the minimum price objectives. And then if it overextends, that's what we're looking for if you're shorting the market, if it overextends, to really ride that trend as well. So let's just break this down. And by the way, if you also want access to my trend identifier dashboard, it's a very powerful tool. I've also created a lot of training around it. You can now test it out for £1, 30-day trial is in the link below. It's just phenomenal once you know how to use it. You know, I put a lot of foundation training into it. But you'll see that it just allows us to see through the noise and really see what's happening on a trend basis. And then we look for pattern and price. So what I'm going to do over here, I just want to squeeze this in like so and put this up here. I'm just going to draw a few things here. So my perspective on the market, the immediate perspective on Solana is a move down. Looks like a 1, some type of wave, 1, 2 over here. A very aggressive, obvious, impulsive move to the downside. Corrective move up here looks similar to this wave 2 up here. So it hasn't been confirmed yet. But if it is confirmed and we get continuation, we're probably going to get some type of wave 5, right? Some type of wave 5 along this line. And it might overextend. So if you're shorting the market, we want it to overextend, but there's no way of knowing in advance if it is going to overextend. We just have to get into the market and see how it unfolds. So what I like to do is I like to put a nice big juicy question mark over here. That just reminds us that this has not been confirmed. A shorting opportunity would be, going short on a swing low and then putting a stop loss on a swing high. Wouldn't need to go as high as this. This will be a swing high. This will be a swing high. But if it takes out this low over here, then if the trend is to continue on the downside, it shouldn't go above this price immediately. And if it does, we don't want to be in the market, and that's where the stop loss goes. So now let's just do some price projections. We're going to go low to the high. This is the typical minimum price zone, but then I also want to do some end of wave 5 projections as well. So what I'm assuming, by the way, and it's just the way you have to do the analysis before it's confirmed, when this low gets taken out, if it gets taken out, that's when this high is more highly probable to stick around, as in and not move. So we're just going to take this high as if it is confirmed, so we can just do some projections to see what's likely to occur. If we just measure wave 3, project it from wave 4, the typical end of wave 5 targets, there's 3 ratios that we want to be aware of. There's 32, 62, and 100%, right? So it's likely the minimum that Solana is going to achieve on the downside is this zone over here, right? And we ideally want to be risk-free at that point. So that's around $11, $11.60, thereabouts. And then the next price zone is around the $10.70 mark, right? Which is a typical wave 5 price zone. But don't be too surprised with all the FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, with all the, there's just a lot of questions around this particular cryptocurrency. But it's irrelevant, right? Let's just, we don't even need to pay attention to the fundamentals in the news. It's baked into the price. And often wave 5, there can be a panic sell-off. And then what we want to be aware of is what would be the other 2 ratios. Well, one of them is where this red line is. And that's $9.55. $9.55 or thereabouts, or 53. That's a typical extreme of a wave 5, where wave 5, there's a particular ratio, and it's called Fibonacci ratios. And that's quite relatively common. And so we want to be aware of this zone, very aware of this zone, because if it does reach this zone, we want to be tightening our stop losses and really locking in profits, because that could be a potential pretty decent move to the downside, right? If this low breaks, and if we pass this resistance zone, psychological resistance zone, it'll probably go to here. And if we break the $10.70 mark, the next zone is down here, right? So it's very, very powerful. And the immediate daily trend is down. The 4-hour trend is down. So consider selling. That's looking good and healthy. And then we can leverage that as well. So there you have it. That's Solana on the way down. Again, if you want the dashboard, check it out. But more importantly, stay tuned to the NFT launch. It's called the we're playing with a few different names, but you know, the collection's called 𝗬𝗂𝗁. Yeah, there's the 4. Now it's 5. Really, there's gonna be 5. I'm looking to launch one more. We're working on one more character, which is gonna be super rare, which is gonna give you access to everything. We're working on that, and I think I'm gonna add it to this collection. I'll be announcing that as well. It's gonna be the mystic, right? There's a mystic character that we're working on, and if we get that ready in time, we're gonna put it into this collection. But hands down, I think you're going to get a lot of utility. So the mint price is £40, 4,040 in the collection. Yeah, so let's finish on a quote of the day. And by the way, download my book for free. You'll get onto my mailing list, so we'll keep you posted with the pre-sales. There's going to be early access list, and then there's the public sale on the 22nd of December, which is my 40th, 4 decades of life. We want to celebrate that with the launch of this collection. All right. I'm going to go with Confucius because I like this one. He says, it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Web3 is exciting. Web3, if you don't know already, is here to stay. The technology makes things so much more efficient, transparent, cheaper. So businesses are going to use that solution. When something is faster by more than 10 times, more trust more than 10 times, cheaper more than 10 times, it just naturally becomes a new technology. That's what happened with the internet, and Web3, blockchain, crypto, NFTs is the next layer. And by just learning, participating, buying, using, again, that's going to put you ahead of the curve. And it's like being back in 1999, where emails weren't that common. Like, they weren't a common thing as they are today. But it revolutionized the internet itself. It revolutionized the world that we live in. And Web3 is set to do the same. So stay tuned. It's going to be exciting. Let me know what's your favorite character in the link below. Is it the mentor? Let me actually go back to the first slide. I'll go to the first slide. I got 5 here, right? I got them above my head as well, right? We got the mentor, which is really around coaching, right? Personal development. We got the business guy over here. This is really capitalism, right? Good business. We got the trader. That's what most people know me for. What's your favorite? And we got the fun. Fun is just social. We're going to be sharing some personal stuff in this gated access area. If you have any of these, is going to get access to this particular area. So like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, stay tuned, and I'll see you very soon.